Come on, man.
Hey, guess what day it is?
It's Fat Friday.
You are really loud.
Oh, snap. Oh, I'm about to do some construction work.
Oh, yeah, you are.
My designer joints. You know what I mean?
No, you got it, dude. You got
I
it.
was playing. Those were over here from the last episode.
I know.
Tell him you're my girl.
You can see all the weird stuff you're looking at on the websites.
Oh, whoa. Hey, man, what's going on, my guy? Hey, listen. I just got a whole lot of energy.
I could tell.
Today was mad stressful, bro. Mad stressful.
Yeah, you look stressed.
I was stressed. I was down a little bit. I was like, going through a lot of stuff. But then as soon as we hit go live, boom, it was all gone. And now I'm here and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, right before the show, you were like, do you really want to do this show? Because I don't even like UnCut. And I was like, yeah, we probably should just do it one more time.
And this is my second computer because I broke the first one.
I know that feeling.
I'm joking. But hold on, let's open up the chat. You know what I mean? Take like 10 seconds to share it on the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to share it to my regular page.
Yep.
We live.
You got it. You got it.
We are live and we are fat.
I feel like you're hate shaming me.
I really put that. We are live and we are fat. I put that for a reason, man, because we're going to talk about a couple things tonight that I think, will pertain to that. So I'm kind of excited because it's going to give an opportunity to do a little bit of, giving some information, then also doing some venting, then also doing some strategizing. So there's a whole lot of things that's going to go on right now. You know what I mean? I
feel like the topic we're about, you have a lot of knowledge in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be good. I mean, we talk all the time, so I know exactly where we're going with this. And I pick your brain all the time with it. But the problem is that, like, I do everything with you. Not like weird, nothing weird. But we do the show, we do filming, we do websites, YouTube, podcasts, like everything. So, and then I pick your brain about the subject, and then just calling you, it's like, all right, so this is my issue. And you're like, all right, dude, I could definitely help you. And then the end of that conversation, we're like, all right, so we're filming at what location? And that topic has completely just blown my mind because, like, me and you, we're supposed to be partners. Like, we're supposed to be business partners, entrepreneurs together. It's just how it is. I mean, every time we're together, things click and it moves forward. So when I talk to you about the subject we're about to talk about, it's like not what we're supposed to be talking about together. So
it doesn't feel right. It's
it
like,
doesn't feel right.
All right, let's go back to the filming.
I was just drinking with him at a party on Sunday.
Exactly.
Now I have to.
You're like, this guy just tried to buy a motorcycle when he was drunk. Now he's telling me about losing weight. I don't know what's going on. So you know me on a personal level. So it's like,
it's very hard to take, like, not that I don't trust your knowledge, and it has nothing to do with, I don't think you're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like when I see you, when I come to you, it's for fun. Like, it's like, all right, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
And losing weight is like one of those topics where if it's too fun, it's not working.
Yeah. Yep.
It needs to be structured. It needs to be. So with that being said, start it off, man. I mean, you got the knowledge.
Yeah. Cause we were like, number one, I don't know. I know a lot of people, you know what I mean, who have recently packed on some weight. You know what I mean? I'm one of them. I put on some weight.
I'm gonna say it.
You know what I
mean? And people are gonna use it as an excuse. But COVID, man, COVID has kicked everybody's ass.
That's an excuse.
Not the fact that, like, people got sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we weren't able to do something for so long, and we got so used to sitting in a house waiting for results that we don't know what's gonna happen, and it's just like we sat there for so long that we just like, all right, do you want to cook? Nah, we've been cooking for like 8 weeks. Like, let's just order something. And then that just becomes like a routine. And trust me, man, if it is an easy way to find something, it's gonna be me. DoorDash became my best friend for the longest time, and I'll admit to it. Like, that's why I gained so much weight, was because it became so freaking easy. Like, but that's my excuse. I mean, obviously there was a little bit that led up to my weight gain, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that happened for a lot of people. Yo, pin him on the house. Let's go, baby. Give pin him on the clap. Let's go. Yeah, he said me too. Me too. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people packed it on, man.
It's funny because people I see. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's good.
No, I was just saying, people that I used to be fit, you could see it, like they're swelling their faces a little bit. And you're like, oh shit, it hit them too. You know, some people put like duct tape bras on and stuff.
Oh, duct tape bras. They'll never know the story.
We'll tell that story one day.
Once we get famous, we'll put it in a documentary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So like, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So for me personally, obviously, you know, back in the day, I was a big dude. You know what I mean? I got into like fitness because I felt like, oh, I need to lose weight or else I'm gonna freaking die.
Uncomfortable. How much did you weigh back in the day?
At my heaviest, 292.
Really?
Yeah, that was at my heaviest. I was up at 292. Yeah. Charlene in the house. Let's go, baby.
What's up, Charlene?
Give Charlene the clap. Let's go. Well, we're gonna clap for you. We'll keep it clean.
I was gonna say.
Hope you had fun on the trip. We missed you at the cookout. She was supposed to come to the cookout.
Yeah,
but she was on the trip.
You're pretty sad about that.
Yeah, but there's another one coming real soon. Actually, real soon. So stay tuned for that invite. Hey, so yeah, man, I was super heavy, bro. And
this is why I can't lose weight.
All my cookouts, right?
Yeah.
I was super duper heavy, and I felt mad like this isn't going in the right direction. And then right around that same time, my father ended up passing away.
Yep.
So like for men, you know what I mean? It's different. Like when your father passes away, it's like there's a certain thing in there that's like, oh, like now that my dad's gone, like I'm kind of like next in line. Yeah. So you start to kind of look at your life a little bit different. So for me, I'm like, yo, like I got to get healthy. Like I got to lose this weight. I got to get on track. And then that's when I really started diving into like, you know, eating right, working out, all that type of stuff. And when I did that, you know what I'm saying? I lost mad weight. I actually lost 101 pounds in total. You know what I mean?
How long did that take you to achieve?
That took me almost a year.
That's not bad though. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I think it was about 9 months that took me to lose 101 pounds. You know what I mean? But for me, I was like, I was in it. You know what I'm saying?
You had a mental. Your mental was a lot different when that happened. You were straight focused. Like
I locked in on it.
I think I caught you at the end of that journey when you accomplished your goal. Like I think not that you had I don't think you had a goal. I think it was just you were just doing it. I think I caught you at the end of that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, actually, when we first met, this is when I was working at Stanley Steamer in Providence. Yep. I was already like, I think I was like halfway there. Yeah. Because when we met, I was at the gym in Stanley Steamer working out. You know what I mean?
One of the guys, Sam, and you guys were hitting the gym all the time, and you guys were trying to convince me to go. And I wasn't even that big at the point. I mean, I wasn't the skinniest dude, but I wasn't as heavy as I am now, based off my injuries. So, that was. I remember you were like, because you were doing. I don't. I'm gonna just throw it out there. I don't know if you want me to, but I know you.
No, open book.
Herbalife at the time too.
Yeah,
and the gym too. I remember like you were pushing that hard. Like
I was like Herbalife to the core. I had the shirts, I had the bags. I was out in the street inviting people because not for nothing. You know what I mean? And this is not an Herbalife plug, so I don't want anybody to be like, oh snap, he's gonna try to sell me Herbalife. So let me get off here. This isn't a plug. I'm just sharing the story. But it just so happened that I bumped into that at the right time because prior people were telling me about it before, like, oh, you need to try this. And I'm like, get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? But then I was like, yo, I really need to, I have nothing to lose. Let me try this shit. Yeah. And it just so happened that it worked for me and I lost mad weight and it even changed my mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. Being around like people, because it was all about personal development and being a better person and all that type of stuff. So that really,
you know
what I mean?
Honestly, like, so my downfall with Herbalife, and nothing against Herbalife, it's a great product. It tastes amazing. Like I know it works because clearly it works.
Yeah.
But it's the mental game of you're so used to finishing a plate of food, and when I'm talking a plate, like we eat, like you know what I'm saying.
She's like, I'm talking about a mountain of food.
Yeah, it is a mountain of food, and it's like I always grew up with don't waste, So like we ate that food, so to immediately stop eating that kind of like that portion size to just substitute that for this much of a shake mentally was not. I know physically everything that I needed for the day or that
Yeah.
eating period was in that shake, but mentally it was like you're going from like 6 eggs, sausage, bacon, like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Yep, yep.
to like a little shake, it was just like
Yeah. Nah, it definitely took something. It definitely took something, you know what I mean? But for me, like the focus was there. So
yeah,
like
no, I
now,
get it.
you know what I mean? Now I put back on some weight, obviously. And now I'm trying to find that same focus. So that's why I'm like,
I
you know what?
think
Let's talk about it tonight because
yeah.
I'm ready to get back in shape. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that are ready to get back in shape. So I said, let's talk about it. Let's share what we know. Let's take some questions. You know what I mean? And let's give people the information they need to start moving in the right direction. And then also share what we're going through
Mhm.
so people can see like, oh shit, they're going through the same thing. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
I noticed too, like you said, open book. So I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
I noticed when you were in your apartment, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you had your thing going. I mean, you had everything you needed right there.
Yep.
But I noticed, like, remember you used to have that board of accomplishments, like your goal board,
Oh
like
shit.
what you
Yeah.
wanted to do.
Yep. Yep.
And I remember buying a house was always on that goal board.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as soon as you accomplish that, like you could see it in your face, you could see it in your mind, your personality. You and Andrew, you could just like that weight was just like, whew. So like
Yeah.
you're just like, yo, let's party. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
let's go. Like, cookouts, yo, you want to drink? Let's go. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but all those fun times, obviously, that's what you forget. Like, you having so much fun, but you forget, like, every drink you take
Yep.
adds to the problem. Like,
Adds
adds
on.
to, yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I forget because I'm like, I ate so good all week. Like, I do, not a plug, but I do Hello Fresh. They're not like, I wouldn't say they're like the super healthiest foods, but it's better than ordering.
Dude, I be seeing your pictures, bro.
They're
That
fire,
shit
dude.
looks
They're fire.
amazing.
But like I'm saying, like it's not like I'm not on a specific diet. What
Yeah.
it does for me is it regulates my portions,
Mm-hmm.
and it's better food than like McDonald's or like something fast. Like I'm not
Yeah.
going out and getting like Five Guys or something greasy and fat.
Yep.
It teaches me to cook. It teaches me ingredients. It teaches me portion sizes because it's when I put in the system, I put for 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it teaches me, okay, cut that in half. That's your portion. And when we first did it, me and Brianna looked at each other and we're like, holy shit, we've been eating way too much.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
yep.
you know what I'm saying? So like I eat that all week. And then on the weekends, you've seen us, we go out to the bars, we go to the bike events, and I get in and
Yep,
it's like
yep.
gone. That whole week gone. Just by 5 drinks, you're done. Like,
Well, you know what? Let me add to that because let's get into some of the specifics. Because Charlene said I need to lose weight. I'm ready. So let's actually talk about the losing the weight because there's something important there's a couple of important things that you said when you were just sharing that I think we got to touch on. You know what I mean? I'll start with the last thing you said because you said you'll do good for 5 days and then on a weekend you go out and it's like swoop.
Yep.
But what people don't, here's the thing that people got to understand or take into consideration, or that I'll share with you. You know what I mean? When I say you, I'm talking about everybody. I don't want you to think I'm like, I'll share with you, Donnie.
I don't think it personally. You said worse.
I know, right? But the thing about it is this, right? When you are adopting, I don't want to say dieting, because when people say dieting, the problem with saying like, oh, I'm on a diet, that means you're on something that's temporary.
Yeah.
At some point, you're not going to do it anymore. You know what I mean?
4-1.
Shoot for one in the building. Let's go. Give them the clap, baby. Game time. But
I know where you're going with this too.
Yeah.
This is what I have a trouble. Go ahead, finish it. I have a trouble wrapping my head around this too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that we can't think of it as a diet. We got to think of it as a lifestyle change, and you have to do something that is sustainable. Because I mean, I've done so many things to lose weight. Some things are crazy.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? Like way back in the day, I did a baby food diet.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Yo, for real, because now somebody I knew was spending time in they were in timeout from the rest of society. And when they got out of timeout and they came back to join society, they were in crazy shape.
Oh, I know what you're talking. All right.
You know what I mean?
I was trying to piece together what you were saying.
They was in jail.
Yeah. All right.
And when they got out, you know what I mean? This was when I was way younger. They were like, oh, they were in shape. So I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Like, how you know what I mean? Because they was a bigger person. Like, yo, man, I'm doing this baby food diet. You know what I mean? And no, because I laughed too when he said
Yeah.
it. It's like, yo,
It's just
I do
funny
it.
the way you say it. Like it's just a baby food
But
diet.
that's how
Like
he said it. He's like, yo, I did this. I'm doing this baby food diet. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
can't picture like walking into yo, you got that Gerber?
Yo, dude, I was, and Andrea could attest to this when you see it.
Yeah.
Well, she's on here. I was buying jars of Gerber baby food, and
Yep.
literally, like in the morning, I would have like 2 jars. In the afternoon, I'd have 2 jars. At
Now, do
night,
you think it
I'd probably eat a
was
regular diet.
yeah. Do you think it was the fact that it was baby food, or do you think that it was just portion control with the fact that there was vitamins and minerals, like all that shit built
It
into like
was
one simple thing?
it was portion control. It was calorie restriction. You know what I mean? So it was a whole lot of different things. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I lost mad weight when I did it,
Mm,
but it's not sustainable. I'm not gonna eat
no,
baby food for
you can't.
110 years.
This, yeah, first of all, it's not solid. like,
Yeah.
like your digestive system, like not to get gross, but you're gonna be having problems. Like,
Oh yeah, there was a whole lot of baby food issues going on. You know what I mean? Oh, 401 said, "How was the Ciroc?" Yo, dude,
he
the
wasn't here
Ciroc.
last week. He wasn't here.
Yeah, he wasn't here. Yo, the Ciroc was amazing. I had a big cookout at my crib. The Ciroc was a hit. My mom tried to hide the bottle from me, but they told me where it was at, and we really dove in. I said, "Hey, you got to give it back. That's from one of our family members from the show, man. They sent it to us." So you know what I
Yo,
mean?
next cookout, I'm bringing Truth 401.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, Charlene said baby food has a lot of metal in it. Nah, 100%, it really does. You know what I mean? But I would just say that to point out that I've done things to lose weight, and I've done the lose weight quick things.
Yeah.
You can lose weight quick doing a lot of different things. It's all about finding something that actually works for you. And I know for me, what works for me that I'll share with you guys is when it comes to losing weight, something I always implement. Donnie knows because I always recommend it to him. And he's like, dude, I'm gonna do it this time.
Oh my god, dude, this is gotta be all right.
But I'll break it down. But you guys, I'll let you go first.
I don't know if it's a mental or if it's the fact. It's got to be mental. It really does. I explain what it is, and then I'll tell you my experiences, but both times with it.
So it is mental. It's a mental thing, and it's also a spiritual thing. Not to get too deep, but what I implement when I'm really like when it's game time to lose weight, I always implement 2 things. I implement fasting for a detox. So I might do a 3-day fast in the beginning of my weight loss journey. What that's going to do is reset my body. It's going to get rid of all the junk that's in my digestive system. And it's also going to mentally prepare me to be in control of what I'm eating. So I don't have any urges. I don't feel like, oh, I have to eat right now. Like, you know what I mean? It gives me proper perspective on hunger and when I'm actually hungry, when I'm not hungry. So I always implement at least like a 2 to 3 day fast when I'm ready to rock and roll with weight loss.
That's not the shortest fast, the longest fast you've ever done either.
No, the longest fast I've ever done was 14 days. And when I got to 14 days, I could have kept going, but I was just bored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at 14 days, I was not hungry, like
That's
zero
insane.
hunger.
I was like, he said, I did 14 days. I said, I got this. 3 days? That ain't nothing. Bro.
But you know what's crazy about 3 days is at the 3rd day, once you get past day 3, it's smooth sailing because day 3 is where your body's like, okay, he's serious. And then by day 4, you're not hungry. You have nothing, like you're good. But I wouldn't recommend that. And I got to say this, I'm not recommending that anybody do a fast. I'm just sharing with you what I've done.
You have to mentally be prepared for that. And I would say, I don't know about physically, but make sure your water game is definitely on a point because that's what's going to save you in that whole. Well, first of all, you need it to survive. Mm-hmm. Second of all, that's what's going to save you. And I'll explain what happened to me, but continue what you're saying. And
so the only thing I would say is the first one is a 3-day fast in the beginning to like clean the body out. Boom, always do that. And I try to do that at least like once a year just for the sake of like cleansing
you do it all
the body.
Time, actually. But I do it more than once a year.
Yeah, I would say at least once a year, but I do it multiple times throughout the year. You know what I mean? But the second thing that I'm not recommending anybody do, but I would suggest checking with whoever your healthcare provider is about implementing it because it really is good for you and has tons and tons and tons of benefits. And it's something that I'm going to be implementing now on this like current weight loss journey that I've done that I did on my last time around when I lost my weight. And what that is intermittent fasting. So it is fasting, but you're not fasting all day long. So like basically you just have an eating window. You know what I mean? So you could do a 6-hour eating window, an 8-hour eating window, or even a 12-hour eating window. You know what I mean? the smaller your eating window is, the higher the benefits you're gonna have. The more weight loss you're gonna have, the more cellular regeneration you're gonna have, because your body starts to actually get rid of the old cells or damaged cells, and it starts to make new ones in its place. You know what I
So
mean? 'Cause-
I have a question based off of that right there, real
yeah.
quick. If you could do a 3-day fast, no problem. Why do you
Yeah.
have to contact your health provider on a intermittent fasting?
Because no. Even with that, any kind of fasting, you always want to contact your health provider.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I thought you meant just with that, sir. I'm like, isn't that easier to do than in like
Yeah,
3-day
no.
fasting?
Any kind of fast, you always got to check with your doctor first, because there's so many things that go on in your body when you're fasting.
Yeah.
Especially if, say, you have diabetes, or you
Yeah.
might have diabetes and not know. You can mess with your insulin levels, because when you're fasting, your insulin drops dramatically because there's nothing coming in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And your
You'll
body
you'll
goes
know right
into
away.
ketosis.
You'll
Oh
know
yeah,
right
you'll know right away.
You'll know.
But your body goes into ketosis, and the powerful thing about ketosis, and I was actually having this conversation yesterday with Andrea, because we were talking about eating 3 times a day versus eating once a day.
Yep.
Or some people eat 5 or 6 times a day, versus someone like myself who would say, "Oh, I only eat once a day."
Yeah.
Most days I don't eat all day until I come home, and then I'll eat dinner at night and maybe have like a snack around that. You know what I mean?
You were telling me someone that used to intermittent fast, they would have like I think you said it was a 3-hour eating window.
Yeah.
And they literally could eat whatever they wanted, like pizzas, like tacos.
Dude, that was me. The last time when I lost mad weight and I was like in crazy shape, like I was eating inside of my eating window. I was having Domino's. I was eating Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I was eating all kinds of shit, but my body was burning fat at such a dramatic rate. It didn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was in a fasted state throughout the whole day, and I was working out in a fasted state. So my metabolism was revving.
It was those damn teas that got me all hyped up that day. Do you remember that?
What, the teas?
Yeah, the lift off. We got
Yep.
those right before the podcast when we did it in your old place.
Yeah,
bro. I was like,
gone. But so all right. So you said you wanted to say something about the whole fasting thing.
Yeah. So the downfall of the fasting is your body goes into a huge shock, right? And the first day is mental 100%, because I've been days without eating before. I've been road trips. I've been, my old company I used to work for, we used to travel country. I've been days without eating. And so like not knowing you're going to eat for the day is fine. Like you'll be like, oh, you'll get to like 12 o'clock at night and be like, I didn't even eat today. You'll be fine. If you have so much going on that you don't know what's happening, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
The problem is if you say, hey, I'm on a 3-day fast, Jay hits you up like, dude, I hit Jay up. He's like, dude, I want to lose weight. He's like, first step, I would just 3-day fast, get rid of all that bad junk in your system, reset your system, blah, blah, blah. By day 3, you won't have any cravings. All right. Well, day one, the first time I did it, the day one, it was the worst day of my entire life. And I had double back surgery.
Oof.
That was the worst. Dude, I saw every freaking food commercial possible.
That's how it works, man.
Right?
Yep.
And then I realized, I was like, I don't drink that much sugar. I don't consume that much sugar. I'm not going to have a sugar crash. Nope. I'm eating sugar somewhere. I had the worst sugar low, like crash in my entire life.
Yep.
I wanted soda. I wanted candy. I wanted everything possible. I fought through it till at night, and all of a sudden my eyesight got blurry. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this.
Yep.
And I hit you up and you were like, come on, man. And I was like, Jay, I got to drive for work. Like, I can't be driving around Boy Vision. And you were like, all right, try it on the weekend. You know what I noticed too is that I think where I messed up, what time of the year was both times I tried that? It was winter.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm bored. I'm sitting inside. There's not much to do. I'm not outside doing stuff. So I might try it again in the summertime this year.
Yeah.
Just kind of like maybe do extra yard work or go for a hike or film or something like with UnCut or something like that. Like I might try to push myself to do other things, but man, so that was the first time. The second time I got through the first day.
Yep.
I was like, I got this. Second day, dude, it is worse than the first day. If you thought those cravings and everything were bad the first day, nope, they are way worse second day. Second day, you're miserable. You're yelling at everybody. I almost quit my job 3 times just because I didn't eat. I was ready. I was ready to lose it, and I was like, I can't do this, man. I can't. But I think what really helped me was concentrating more on my water intake with that
Mhm.
3-day fast. Even though I didn't complete the 3-day fast, I realized like I need to sustain more water than
Mhm.
normal. So I was drinking like 2 gallons of water a day,
Yep.
and I felt amazing. Obviously, I had to use the bathroom a lot more, but
Yeah.
I felt amazing. I was like, yo, like I could feel like I wasn't bloated.
Mm.
And I even do that to this day. Like if I haven't really like not to sound weird, but if I'm like bloated, like if I feel huge,
Yeah.
I'll just drink a shit ton of water for that, like for the next couple days, and I feel like it goes down. And I'm like, yo, it's just because my body's retaining water so much because I don't
Exactly.
drink enough. So
Yep. Your body starts to flush it out the more water you
yeah,
drink.
but you
Which
feel so much better on what like because you're hydrated. You don't realize how non-hydrated you are until you drink a ton of water, and then you're like, wow, I feel great hydrated.
Well, one of the things that people don't realize, or one thing I would point out is this: majority of the time that people feel hungry, like we're like, damn, I'm hungry. Like majority of the time, that's actually your body requesting water, not
Yeah,
food. You know what I mean? So people will
it's
eat and be like, damn, I'm hungry again. I just ate. It's
yeah,
because your body wants water. And you'd be surprised how many people don't drink water.
yep.
Like that was the number one thing when I was coaching people, like losing weight and stuff like that. The number one issue that people had was incorporating water.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, hey, I need you to drink half a gallon of water a day.
Yep.
They would do everything else, but they wasn't getting the water. Or a lot of people would be like, oh, I don't really like water.
Yep.
Oh, I can't drink water. Like, you know what I
See,
mean?
the problem, I love water. I
Mm.
love it. I love ice cold water. There's something about it, man. I love it, but the problem is that sugar rush catches up, and you're like, man, I really want some iced tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll drink water for a good week,
Yep.
and I'll drink. You know, I actually have. Remember the original Herbalife bottle, the green top,
The
the
big one?
big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep, yep,
I
yep.
drink. I take that to work every single day. I suck those things down all the time. And then all of a sudden I'll come home and be like, oh, I really want some iced tea. And then I'll be like, oh shit, it's in the fridge. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's right over there. I can
it's
have it
right
right
there.
now.
It's in reach. But yeah, man, I just man, and I do remember that from when you were talking to me about it, because
Mhm.
you were like, every time I asked you, like, Jay, I'm having a problem losing weight, I'm struggling, I'm about to give up, and you're like, yo, just increase your water for the week. Like that was the first step. Like, yo,
Yeah.
what are you drinking for water? And I'm like, a couple bottles here and there. And you're like, yeah, wasn't the stat that you had was half your body weight in ounces?
Yeah. So if you're 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water. If you're 300 pounds, you should drink 150 ounces of water every single
Yep.
day. You know what I mean? Because the more water you drink, the water is so amazing for your body, period. But water does a lot of things when it comes to um, jump starting your metabolism. If you wake up in the morning, if you drink a warm cup of water with like lemon juice in it,
Mm.
it's gonna jump start your metabolism for the entire day.
You
You know what I
said
mean?
lemon juice?
Yeah, if you drink a warm cup of water with some lemon juice in it, it's gonna fire up your metabolism. It's gonna actually give a little boost to your immune system too, because the lemon that's in it. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Lemon is a huge detoxer for the body. You know what I mean? So if you incorporate just drinking some, if you don't have time to heat it up, just drink some lemon water in the morning. It's gonna give your body the kickstart. The problem is that we're taught, you know what I mean? And even when it comes to the kids, we're taught when we wake up in the morning, you gotta, as soon as you wake up, yo, eat something. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as you wake up, go grab a muffin, go grab a bowl of like sugary cereal, go grab a honey bun, go grab donuts, like all of these things, a bagel, all of these heavy carb foods and heavy sugar. So number one, if it's not heavy sugar, if it's like not sugary and it doesn't have ice in and it's not cereal and all this type of stuff that you jump starting your day with, or even your kids' day, you know what I mean? Like we'll be like, oh, kids, you got to get ready for school. Here's a bowl of Apple Jacks. You know what I mean? But we don't know by giving them that sugar, we're getting them off to the wrong start of the day. You know what I mean? Let's see what Ben said. Ben said, I have a warm cup of water poured over.
Punget?
Oh,
Punget roasted beans?
oh, that must be like a coffee. I'm imagining that got to be a coffee.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know what
gonna
I
look
mean?
that up
But
actually.
yeah,
Unless
that's
you
what's
want to
up.
explain it real quick, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, coffee is actually really good for you. It's just that people get it
You
like,
add too much sugar and
yeah,
shit
they're
like
like,
that.
oh, can
Yeah,
I get a coffee extra, extra? You know what I mean?
I'm bad for that. Like I drink I yeah, I think it is coffee.
Okay.
I drink what do you call it? I drink extra extras and stuff like that. Like if I'm having like a slow start to my day,
Yeah.
instead of doing the natural thing to do, like drink water or add natural energy, I'm like artificial energy all day. Like let's go to the point where when I not to jump off subject, but
Yeah.
I used to play indoor football, like flag football on a team over
Mhm.
here in Warwick,
Yep.
and I used to pound 3 monsters, throw up, and then play the game. My heart was like,
What?
dude, I
What
had the
the?
jitters on the game. I was on the front line, so I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Like and then after crash, like I was in my buddy's car, like falling asleep, going home. Like I was, but that's, I mean, think about that, right? My whole life, I've done stuff like that. Like I've
Yeah.
done, like, I was talking about it with my stepmom, and we were talking about it, and talking about weight loss and stuff like that. And she was like, food isn't the only way to get sugar and stuff like that. It's you got to watch what you're drinking too. And then
Yeah.
it made me really think about it. Like she told me that on like a Friday, right? And I went to the bar on Saturday, and I'm like looking at every drink I'm drinking, and I'm like, there's probably a lot of sugar in that bitch. Like,
Yeah. Most people drink more calories than they're
Yeah.
supposed to eat inside of a day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But we don't think about it because we don't consider it food. We're just,
I never really looked at liquids. Like even when I was doing like the vegan diet that you helped me with,
Yeah.
anything that we've ever done, I've never looked at liquids as the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Most
than
people, oh, go ahead.
No, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
sorry. No, I was gonna say most people can lose like 10 to 15 pounds just by switching to just water by itself.
Yeah,
because they're gonna drop so many calories from their daily diet just by saying, I'm not gonna drink anything but water.
Yeah,
you'll lose 10 pounds in like a month.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It sucks that it's so weird, right? That everything that's bad for you tastes so damn good.
It is, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Joe Mops, what's up?
Joe Mops in the building. Let's clap it up for Joe Mops, baby. Game time. Let's go. I'm gonna tell you like this though. It is true that your taste buds do adjust. So like you see people that eat healthy all the time, you're like, nah, man, I need me some cheesy fries. I need me, you know what I mean, a nice cold cup of Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? But when you first start to eat those other type of foods, yeah, they're bland. Yeah, you're like, I would rather have this. But as you eat them for a while, your taste buds do adjust, and then they just become normal to you. Like for instance, this is not a health food, but this will point to what I'm saying. I used to absolutely hate. And I never understood how people could ever in their life drink this stuff. Like every time I try to drink it, it tastes like water out of someone's foot bath. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Seltzer water. Never in my life could I understand how is this even a thing. You know what I mean? But now, like I started to drink it and I actually love the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a refrigerator full of it. But for me, I'm like, and I told Andrea this. I grabbed like 3 cases of it from the store yesterday. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab all of this because this is going to give me, I love soda. This is going to give me my soda fix without all the sugar, without all that, whatever else is in there. You know what I mean? I could drink it, get my carbonated fuzz on, and there's no calories, there's no sugar, there's no nothing in it.
You know what I called myself the other day? Speaking about sodas, I stopped drinking soda for a while, right? I was like, I'm not going to do it. It's not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I drank water all week. I drank juice. I'll admit I drank teas and stuff like that. But I stayed away from soda directly because I have a craving for like Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out to the bar. I ordered my normal drink. I looked at the drink. I said, "Son of a bitch!" I didn't connect. I didn't connect soda with the mixer that I'm putting in the drink. I'm like, got me again.
You're like, got me again.
Bastards.
For real. He said I drink salsa instead of soda.
Yeah,
for real.
I have to try that. I do have a craving for soda once in a while, and it gets the best of me.
Yeah, now the salsa,
it's hard, man.
Really
it's hard, especially when you like. I've never been on the health kick. I've never been like you, like where I think about you can lay out a whole health plan. I don't know. Like I walking into a gym, I look at the machines and go, all right, I guess I'll start on the treadmill. Like I don't know. I don't have a plan in my head. And it's that comes down to eating too. I don't open the refrigerator, go to the grocery market and say, okay, well, let's grab a piece of lettuce. I have no idea where to start. So
let's grab a piece of lettuce.
Yeah.
Got you.
So I get like ignorant and lazy with it. Like I get frustrated and I'm like, I don't know what to eat. Like I don't know what's healthy. And
Well,
You
I'll
know
give you
what?
the simplest trick in the whole entire world, and I think I told you this before, but I'm gonna tell it to the people.
Most likely, I probably didn't
Yeah,
listen.
because we known each
Oh
other a
my
very long
god!
time. I'm
Punch
all
that mic right
I'm
in the
pimp
face.
slapping the mic. Get down, no. But yeah, the easiest thing to do inside a grocery store, man. Because here's the thing, uh, me and Andrew was actually talking about this, and I told her, I said, listen, because we're doing our groceries tomorrow.
Yep.
I said, yo, we're gonna go to the grocery store. We're gonna write out a list of what we're gonna get first, and then going forward, we're taking all the junk out the crib. Like it's time we get serious. We're gonna get back to like, you know what I mean, the healthy life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, the easiest thing for anybody watching to do, if you go to the grocery store and you're not sure of, if you're like in a grocery store, like, man, I want to eat good, but I don't really know what to get, or I'm not really sure like where to start. The easiest thing that you can do, or the easiest tool I can give you, is don't go down the aisles. When you go to the grocery store, do
Hmm.
not go inside any of the aisles. And the reason why I say that is because all of the healthy foods at the grocery store are located on the perimeter of the aisles. And if you notice,
Yo.
I want you to think of, yeah, I want you to think of something here. This is how they
Huh.
get you. This is how they get you. This is the design, the psychological design of a grocery store,
Hmm.
right? All of the healthy shit is on the outside of the aisles. So when you walk into the grocery store, you subconsciously see healthy foods, you subconsciously feel good. You're like, oh, this is good. This is a great experience, right? There's some lettuce, there's some carrots, there's some grapes.
It's
You know what I mean?
funny.
There's
I go to
there's
Stop and
some
Shop. The
fish.
greens are right at the
As
front
soon as
door.
you walk in, it's right
Yep.
there. So you feel good about it, right?
Yep. Yep.
So you start going down there, you're like, oh, these are all the good foods. But I don't really want any of this, right? As soon as you turn that corner, now what do you see? You see more healthy stuff. You see, like, now when I say healthy, I'm just talking in general. I don't eat these things, but these are considered healthy foods. Eggs, you see the butters, the meats, everything along the wall. But if you look on the end caps, what do you see? If you look on the end cap, you might see bread. You look on the end cap, these are the end caps of the aisles.
You
You'll
get
see
like the
you see
chips.
honey buns, you see Nutter bars.
Yeah.
They're on the end caps of those aisles for a reason, because when you see them on the end cap, you go to the end cap, you're like, damn, I really want these Nutter bars. Now, when you're looking at the end cap, where do you look next? Down the aisle. Oh shit, there's some Oreos down there. Oh shit, there's some nacho chips. Oh shit, there's some noodles. Oh shit, there's some mac and cheese. Oh shit, there's some fucking tater tots. Oh shit. So it's like the design of it all. If you could just go in the grocery store, stay on the perimeter, don't look to your right if you're walking this direction. Just look
Yep.
at the left. That's where everything you need is there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When you come, just always look to the left the whole way around. You could go into the grocery store, you can get all your produce, everything right there in that section. Go up, you turn, keep looking to your left. You can, if you're a meat eater, you get all your meats right there. Boom. Keep going down.
Yeah, you're
You,
right.
you
You're
get
right.
down to the dairy, you take another left, you go down, they got like the cheese or whatever else you need. You come down that other aisle, you take another left, and you just keep looking to your left. You're gonna see shampoos, you're gonna see soap, you're gonna see stuff you need to take care of your
Yo.
hygiene, and then you're right at the register.
Yo.
Long as
what's
you never look
crazy?
right, you're gonna be all right.
When I did that vegan diet for a couple months, when I went to the grocery store, I walked in dead straight,
Yep.
right there on the beginning of the aisle, but on the healthy side.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the shit was right there. The fake meats, like everything, like the crumbles, all that was right there. All the sauces, everything was right there. I grabbed that, went right to the register. I never stepped foot in the rest of the, unless I was grabbing water, milk, like, not milk, water or like seasonings. I never stepped into the rest of the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I walked right to that aisle, like right to the beginning, right there by the fresh food and all that.
Yep.
Right to the checkout.
Yeah.
And you know what gets me too is like, I see what you're talking about, because now thinking about that, they put the soda things, like the coolers for the soda right there when you check out.
Yep.
They put the candy bars right there when you check out. So you're like sitting there waiting in line and you're just looking at it the whole time. And you're like,
for real.
goddamn, got me again.
For real. You got all the gossip on the magazines on this side, and then you got all the sugar and candy on this side.
And it's funny because now you like, I know I do. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear this stuff because it's all like bad news or like drama. And you're like, you just turn your head to the you start looking at all the junk food and
you're like, damn, I ain't had a Reese's cup in a while. I could probably get one. I just walked around
the store. It
is
Friday, and that is a payday. I don't know. I probably should eat that.
For real, man. But yeah, it's a crazy psychological setup. So like when you
Yeah.
go to the grocery store, just stay on the outside, stay on the perimeter.
I'll go to
Try
Whole
not.
Foods.
Oh yeah, now you could go to Whole Foods, but then
Yeah.
all right, ask yourself this, right? Well, I can't say that because there are some big Whole Foods too. So yeah, but even in the Whole Food thing, they have like the big Whole Foods. Some of them have some stuff in there that
Yeah,
you
I
wouldn't
mean,
consider.
you gotta sell. They gotta make sales too. I mean,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
everybody's super healthy, so
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is you don't even have to be. That's what people don't. People think it's either all like either you're gonna eat all healthy
yeah.
or you're not gonna be healthy. Like you just have to have balance.
I asked
You know
my
what I mean?
cousin. Remember my cousin that did the Ultimate Ninja Warrior training and all that?
Yeah.
He told me that well, I don't know if if he watches, I don't know if he's still doing it. So this was back in the day
hmm
that his diet mainly consisted of like veggies. Like during the week, it would be like a kind of a vegan style.
Yeah.
And the only time he'd actually really eat meat is when he like went out to restaurants. That would be his treat. So like I know for me, example, if I'm eating good here, like if I'm eating like the meals I get and all that stuff,
Yeah.
when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, listen, I already ate the healthy thing all week. I'm gonna get the greasy food. I'm gonna get the big juicy burger, or like whatever.
Yep.
But on the other hand, he would eat like you do all week, the veggie style, the vegan style, and then on the weekends he'd get still a healthy meal, like vegetables, like whatever you need, and then he'd get like his steak. He wouldn't eat steak during the week; he'd eat it just on like when he goes out on the whatever. So that's how he portions. Like he doesn't consist of his whole meal around a piece of meat or like. It's weird how we determine like what we should eat and what we shouldn't eat.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna tell everybody this, and if you're working with like a health coach or something like that, don't tell them I told you this. Don't tell them I told you this. But if you have the discipline, you know what I mean? Having a cheat day inside of a week or I would say at least every other week. Let's say every other week. Having one day where you take the gloves off and you're like, you know what? I'm going to eat whatever I want today. Anything I want on this day, I'm going to have it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to ask how many calories are in it. I'm not going to like Google search it. I'm just going to say, I want this. I'm going to eat that. That's actually good for you if you're trying to lose weight. You know what I mean? Because what happens...
Can I disagree with you after
Hold
you
on.
say that?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you why, though. The reason why I'm going to say that that's good for you is this. It's because when you're eating, like, let's say you're eating super clean, you're restricting your calories every single day. You know what I mean? You're doing everything by the book, like classic lose weight regimen. And I'm gonna reference this before you say anything. Like I said, if you have the discipline to do this, it's good for you. The reason being is that,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Like anything else, your body is designed to adapt. You know what I mean? So if you're constantly eating low calories, you're constantly eating clean foods all of the time, your body is going to adapt to that. It's still going to lose weight. It's still going to be healthy. Everything's going to be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you got to punch your body in the fucking face. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I'll explain what that means. Every once in a while, you got to punch yourself in the face or punch your diet or punch your whatever it is that you're doing. And
it's called shocking the system, right?
You want to shock your system. So if your body's like, oh, okay, we're getting 1,200 calories every single day for the last 13 days, it's going to adjust. And then on that 14th day, if you fuck around and eat 3,500 calories and grease and cheese and all that, your body's like, holy shit, yo, something just changed. Red alert, fire the engines. You know what I mean? Yeah. So your body's going to rev up. Your metabolism's going to rev up because it has to do something with this huge load that you just introduced. And when you do that, it's like revving the engine with a lawnmower. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, vroom, vroom. Now your body's like, okay, we're ready to rock and roll. And then the next day you drop back down to 1,200. Your engine's already firing. You know what I mean?
The only downfall I have to say about that, and if you do that, right, I would say do not choose the one thing you're addicted to. So, like, let's say you're addicted to McDonald's. I'm just going to use that example because that is one of my big weaknesses. It's like 5 minutes from my house. If you're addicted to McDonald's and there's a certain meal at
McDonald's fries bring tears to my eyes.
I know you're addicted.
Can I get some extra salt so I can dump it in the bag and shake it around and then eat that? Come back through the drive-thru and get another large fry.
I got to tell you a story after this. 1 second, Jay. It's funny. Yeah, so like I wouldn't go and do something that you're gonna be like the next day you're gonna be like, damn, I really want that again. Like if you
Mhm.
cut that craving and you work so hard to cut that craving, and then you go out on that one day and just bam, eat that craving again, your body's gonna be like, go get that again.
But you
Because
know what?
that happens to me all the time, and this is just a personal experience. I don't know
Yeah.
how you are. Like you said, that's why I said, oh yeah, you're right. If you're
Mhm.
controlled enough, like if you're disciplined enough, yes, do what you got to do. But
Yeah.
me, I am not disciplined. I tell you right now, you could persuade me with a cheeseburger and some fries all day long.
Now, I was gonna say, like, it does boil down to the discipline level, and you're correct. If it's something that you know you're weak, you have a weakness around,
Yep.
avoid that. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: once you start to lose weight, you start to feel good. Your body, you notice changes in your body. Your clothes are fitting you better. All of these different things start happening. What you'll find is the foods that you probably started out wanting. Like if you said in 2 weeks I'm gonna have a cheat, like I'm gonna eat whatever the hell I want to eat.
Yep.
In your mind, on that first day, you're gonna be like, "Yo, when I get to day 15, I'm gonna have mozzarella sticks, onion rings, a cheese steak." You're gonna say all this craziness. By the time you get there, and by the time you feel better, and you're like, and people are saying, "Hey, you look like you're losing weight. Hey, man, keep up the good work." By the time you get there, you might order 10 things. By the time you finish the first one, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I'm full. I can't even eat this." You know what I mean? Because your stomach starts to shrink. So what you'll find is you might talk a big game. You might be like, "I'm gonna tear all this stuff up," but the truth of the matter is, by that time, your stomach, your internal, like your actual stomach, has already shrinking so much that you're not even able to get crazy how you think you're gonna get crazy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You're restricting your what you're eating and calories and all of that will actually shrink your stomach. You know, a lot of people get that thing where they staple their stomach and they lose a bunch of weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say that you
Of
you
course, you put that on.
he said, Donnie, you want to
Let me tell you something. That's one of the biggest greasiest sandwiches I've ever had. Like the oil just comes right out of that.
really? Oh,
Oh my
snap.
god! And you get people like that when you're trying really hard to lose weight, and they're like, "Yo, you want to get
They come to
riccattis?"
tempt you. They're like, "Hey, man, you want to go get this?" You're like,
Nah.
"Oh, man."
Truth is actually, I'll tell you what, I've actually said stuff in front of Truth, like, "Yo, I
Mhm.
really want this." He'd be like, "No, Donnie, you're on a diet."
Yeah, I get that treatment sometimes. When I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm trying to like sneak and get something to eat, and I like open a container and it's like cry, and it's just like, "Hey, what are you doing in there?" I'm like, "Nothing." Go back to sleep. She'll be like, "Oh, I heard you last night in there eating." I was like, "No, I wasn't eating anything." Got crumbs all in my bed and stuff. It happens. But what the hell was we was just talking about? Oh, so yeah, you can shock the system. You can have your one day, but you just got to be ready for it. Oh, I said about the shrinking the stomach, the surgery. So a lot of people will get their stomach stapled,
Yep.
and they lose a lot of weight off of that, which
Yeah,
makes
they
sense.
do. I
Your
know a few
stomach,
people that has had that done.
yeah, no, same.
The
And
p-
you lose weight because your stomach's smaller.
yeah.
But what people don't understand is as you eat less, you introduce less food into your body, or less when it comes to the size of the food also.
Yeah.
Because you could get 1,000 calories from food that fits on this little coaster. You can get 1,000 calories, or you can get 1,000 calories from a plate, like a mountain full of food.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
different for your stomach. So you can naturally shrink your stomach to
Yep.
where you can't intake as much food as you used to. You can do that naturally.
I'm gonna put her on blast, but my mom, she
Yep.
eats these, they call factor meals.
Okay.
That it's just a meal company that's out there, Factor. And I looked at the packaging that she has, and she loves them. She eats them. She's losing weight off of them.
Okay.
She loves them. And the problem I have, you look at the portions, like, but it's you look at the like ingredients and all that. It's everything you need for that meal in one little meal, like the Herbalife shakes. If you use that as a meal replacement, it's just like I was like, I don't know if I can get my portions on that. And I noticed recently, because of the shock of the HelloFresh meals being so much smaller. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some days I don't eat HelloFresh. It's not an everyday thing just because of life and everything. But my portions are smaller. Like I noticed, like, so during lunch, when I go to work and stuff like that, I'm on the road. So I take like a salad. I have like apples. I have peppers, like stuff like that in my lunchbox.
Yeah.
Like even today, I didn't even eat my salad. Like my portions were so low. Like I was like, I'm just not hungry. Like I don't need it. I probably should have, because I need those like I need that in my system. I need that number, but I my portions are a lot smaller now that I don't eat as much. So I could feel like I didn't notice it at first. It took a while, but I noticed like, hey, I'm not eating as much. Like I don't, if I instead of getting 2 cheeseburgers and a bunch of fries, if I was to go there, which I will not, but I'm saying if I probably go down to 1 and like maybe a small or a medium. Like
you probably get halfway through it and be like, damn, I'm full.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just I don't see myself.
Well, you gotta like
plug HelloFresh. It is. I mean, but
let's clap it up for HelloFresh.
Yeah, let's clap it up. You know why? Because the food's good. You've seen them out there. You've seen the meals I make, and that's not even the best way to make them. I mean, I'm probably not doing like exactly commercial style food right there, but
it's a step in the right direction. You know what I mean?
It's making me think about what I'm doing instead of just ordering something like, boop, oh, this was easy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the front door. And now I'm like, okay, I realize I'm putting 1 cutlet of chicken in the pan. Yep. I'm putting this amount of seasonings. Like when I tell you, I used to eat like 2 cuts of chiclets, 2 cuts of chicken.
Yep.
Like a bunch of seasoning, a bunch of sauces. And now it's like, you're going to use this much seasoning, this much sauce, and like little packets. And then a piece of chicken that's this big. And I'm like, what?
Well,
but it works. It works. Yeah. You feel full. Like if it's done right, you feel full.
And if you can increase the amount of time that it takes you to eat, you'll have an opportunity to get full. That's another problem.
I did notice that.
Yeah, people be like, and they'll be like, damn, I'm still hungry. Yeah, let that shit settle in your stomach.
I used to when I lived with my dad, right? They were a very fast-paced family. Like everybody was fit. My dad's a steel worker, construction worker. My stepmom was always like a gym fitness person. And when I lived there, they would eat late, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock normal eat time. My dad's household 8, 9. Okay. Like they were late eaters, and we would be like gone. So like leaving that situation now they've slowed down. Like it's earlier. They don't eat as fast. But back in the day, it used to be quick stuff. And now like growing up, I still have that. Like I could eat a whole meal in like 5 seconds. Like I'd be like boom, gone. And then but most of my jobs, like you remember when I was on the road with the racing play, like it was quick, like truck stops, like in and out, gotta go. Like so I always kept that fast eating lifestyle. I wouldn't say fast paced lifestyle because I'm not like super energetic, like always ready to go, but like my eating style was always a fast paced eating style. So and I think I
found myself doing the same thing, you know what I mean? Because there was a time where I had to take myself out of that because I would order food and I would eat it as though it was like I would eat it as though I was in a rush. You know what I mean? So I had to like teach myself of like, yo, relax, eat a little bit, take a sip of water, do something, eat a little bit more. Take a sip of water. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a race. Everything's going to be all right. You know what I mean? But we live in that fast-paced world of, like, go to the drive-thru, get some. Damn, I don't got time to cook. Let me do this. Let me do that. Oh, I'm at work. I'm eating. I'm doing stuff.
On the road, when you work on the road and stuff like that, not that you're going long distances, but, like, you're all day on the road.
Exactly.
That's not helping you either. I mean, you can work with it. You can slow it down yourself, but you don't think about that. You're focused on, hey, I'm a sales guy. I got to get in and out. I got to be fast. I gotta be, like
I want to go home. Like that's what you really want to do.
Commission, so like you're ready to go. Like you're like, all right, on to the next one. I want more money. And
exactly.
And that's good. Like that's good to have, but you got to control it because I think that was a lot of my. I wouldn't call it why I gained weight, but a lot of what caused me to start.
Well, dude, when you first came there, you were skinny as hell.
I was skinny, dude. Believe it or not, some of the guys at the place I'm at now do not believe this. My doctor used to say I was underweight.
I believe it.
When I was a kid, I had ADHD. Well, I still do, but I have ADHD. I was always like, wow. So my doctor was like, dude, you need to slow it down. He's like, you are underweight. And I was like, my parents were like, dude, he eats everything. I don't know what to do. Like, his metabolism is faster than I've ever seen. But I got, time has slowed down, and then I got injured, and then that's when it was like, whoop.
Yep.
Like I definitely gained weight since I was a kid before I got injured.
Yeah,
but ever since I got injured, like that was 5 years out, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't
know you were totally out of commission.
Yeah,
for real. That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Jeez.
But yo, one last thing I would add to the portion control because I know that's a big thing for people to go from eating massive amount, like a massive plate, to like a less of a plate. What I tell the two things I would say: number one, try eating on a small dinner plate versus the big dinner plate, because then when you put that, like if I tell you to eat a small portion of food, but you're still using the same big plate, in your mind you have half a plate of food.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or like, damn, that's part of the
Yep.
food. But if you use a small plate, like a cake size plate, and you fill it up with that food, in your mind, subconsciously, you're still eating a whole plate of food.
Yep.
Second, if you need a big plate of food, you're like, nah, I just need my big plate. Fill up a majority of your plate with calorie dense food. So what do I mean? Like you can have, say you have a fist size full like piece of chicken.
Yep.
Put that fist size piece of chicken there. You say you have a small thing of like brown rice, another fist size, or not even fist size, half a fist size of brown rice on the rest of the plate. Now, obviously, you have a whole big plate left that's empty. Fill up the rest of that plate with something that's calorie dense, like spinach. You can eat a backpack full of spinach. You know what I mean? And you're probably still going to get like 100 calories from it. But you can eat mad spinach because it's calorie dense.
Yep.
So vegetables are calorie dense. So if you fill up your plate with a majority of vegetables, like if you split a plate into threes, let's call it split it into threes. 50% of the plate vegetables because it's calorie dense, right? Um, let's say, I don't know, 40% of the plate could be your carbs, like a brown rice, sweet potato, whatever the case may be. And the rest of the plate could be your protein, like your
Yep.
chicken, your shrimp, your veggie meats, whatever it is that you want to incorporate. But if you at least make half of your plate vegetables, now you have a full plate still. And in your mind, you're getting a whole shitload of food, but you're not taking in a shitload of calories. And regardless if you do fasting, if you do slim fast, if you do Herbalife, if you do you're eating 7 times a day, regardless, if you're doing keto, there's 1,000 ways to lose weight. There's 1,000 lifestyle choices that you can make. You know what I mean? You want to make whatever's best for you and your body. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? But the bottom line, no matter what the hell you choose, no matter if you're doing a keto, Herbalife, fasting, whatever else, slim fast, Weight Watchers, whatever's out there, the bottom line of any weight loss program whatsoever is you need to burn more calories than you consume. It's calories in, calories out. That's all that matters. If you eat 1,200 calories in a day, if you want to lose weight, that means you need to burn more than 1,200 calories in a day. You know what I mean? So you can't consume more calories than you're burning because then you're not going to lose weight. You know what I mean? And fat, I'm going to say this word out loud. Don't hate me or don't cancel me. I can say fat because I'm fat right now. So fat people have more energy than anybody else on the planet. You know what I mean? They don't know it because they never tap into their energy. You know what I mean? Because when we get to a place where we're overweight, obviously we have poor eating habits. Obviously, we're not eating the best. So we're consuming food constantly. We're consuming the wrong types of food. We're shoveling a lot of calories in. And when we look at that, what's going on is this. Your body by itself has a bunch of stored calories. That's all that fat is. Basically, when you eat, your body uses whatever calories it can, and whatever calories it can't use, it stores it as fat for a later time. Because when we lived in the wilderness, when we lived in nature, right, you weren't waking up eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. That wasn't happening. You might not eat for 5 or 6 days because maybe there's no vegetation or maybe there's no animals. Maybe it took you 7 days to find an animal that you can eat. Maybe it took you 2 weeks for something to pop through the ground that you can eat, like a vegetable or something like that. So our body's natural mechanism is when we eat, use whatever it can, whatever it can't use in that moment, store it for later because you might not get food. And when you don't get food, your body turns your fat into actual energy. So when we're overweight, if we could actually get to a place where we're not constantly taking in calories, you know what I mean? When we're not constantly shoveling calories and we give our body an opportunity. That's why fasting is so powerful. We give our body an opportunity to go into what we call ketosis. It allows your body to go from burning calories that you're intaking to actually burning stored fat, like taking fat and turning it into actual energy for your body. So all that fat that you have on your body, will actually be utilized. Right now, people will say, oh, I can't lose weight. It's not that you can't lose weight. It's that you're not giving your body an opportunity to use the calories that are stored on your body. It's like, this is what it's like. It's like having a full tank of gas, right? And then you drive up the block to the next gas station, you fill up again. And you drive up the block to the next gas station, you fill up again. And then you say, oh, my car never runs out of gas. Like I'm trying to get it down to E, or I'm trying to get it down to a quarter of a tank. But if you keep filling up at every single gas station, you're never going to get to a quarter of a tank. You know what I mean? So the body's the same. Our bodies are full tanks when we're overweight. We have too much stored fat, too much stored calories, too much stored energy, but we never give our body an opportunity to use it because we're constantly adding calories. And your body's saying, okay, let's say I'm the body. I need 1,000 calories for today. But Donnie gave me 4,000 calories. So you know what? I'm going to use that 1,000 and I'm going to put this other 3,000 on his back. I'm going to put this other 2,000, on his neck. I'm going to put the other, this is a big problem for a lot of guys and including myself. You know what I mean? I'm going to put that extra 2,000 calories he ate today right on his man titties. You know what I mean? So it's like when we're overindulging in calories, our body's going to store it as fat. If you're overweight, that means your body has an abundance of fuel that it can use to keep you alive. You just have to give it an opportunity to tap into it. So stop filling the tank. You know what I mean? Cut back on the calories and allow your body to go ahead and use the stored energy. You know what I mean? Allow your body to tap into your belly and say, hey, you know what? I need 1,000 calories. This guy didn't give me any calories today. Pull 1,000 calories from his stomach. You know what I mean? Oh, this guy didn't give me 2,000 calories today. Pull it from his man boobs. You know what I mean? Like that's how it works though. Yeah. So your body's going to go to the fat storage and turn it into energy and allow you to go. So if you're 100 pounds, you could probably survive. This is hypothetical. If you're 100 pounds, you could survive, let's say 4 days before you start feeling weird with no food, where it's like, this is a real problem. If you're 600 pounds, you will outlive everybody else if we ran out of food because you have food all over your body. Your whole body has stored food and calories and all that type of stuff. Let's see. Ben said, man was made to walk 40 miles a day and hunt buffaloes. Exactly. And that's what people don't understand. They commercialized eating and convinced us that from the time we wake up to the time that we go to sleep, we should be shoveling food in our mouth. There's nothing else in nature that follows this eating pattern. Nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the ones that do get sick and die because they follow our eating pattern. You know what I mean? So if you look at domesticated dogs, you look at domesticated cats, now it's like, oh, my dog got diabetes, or my dog got cancer in his leg, or like, you know what I mean? All these different things because the animals are living with us and they're following our eating patterns and our eating habits, which aren't natural. There's nothing else in nature that wakes up and says, breakfast time. Oh, wait a minute, lunchtime. Oh, wait a minute, dinner time. You know what I mean? And if you look at animals, when they get sick, what's the first sign if your animal gets sick? They stop eating. If your animal gets sick, it's going to go to a corner. It's not going to eat. It's not going to do this. Even when we get sick, when you're really, really sick, you're like, I just don't feel like
you don't even get hungry.
Yeah. Why is that? Because your body is saying, hey, don't put anything in here. We have work to do. You know what I mean? Your body can't do the work that it needs to do if you're constantly putting food in because it needs to work on the food you just put in. But if you stop that, your digestive tract has the ability to process what's already in your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I just went on a long rant.
No. I'm processing it. I'm like, yo, you're right. Like, it sucks because like I hear you, I understand you, and I know what you're talking about, but applying it is like a whole different because like you said, like you shouldn't be eating 3 times a day. Like you shouldn't be consuming like all of that. Like you said, gas station to gas station to gas station. But like your body just takes over mentally. You know when it's time to eat. Like I'll be like, I think it's around noontime right now. I can feel it, And
but you know what that is talking to you?
My brain.
No, it's not your brain. And that's where people get messed up. It is your brain, but it's not your second brain. Your second brain is in your head. Your first brain is your actual stomach. And what's going on in your stomach is there's a whole world taking place inside of your stomach. People don't realize this. You have bacteria living in there. Uh, each bacteria has a day job that it's supposed to do, tasks that it needs to accomplish. And you have good bacteria that's trying to keep you alive. And then you have bad bacteria in your stomach that don't give a damn if you're alive or dead or whatever the hell's going on. But what it really cares about is taking over your stomach. You know what I mean? So it's like a war between good bacteria and bad bacteria in our stomach. And the toxins and bad bacteria that's in our stomach, unfortunately, have a direct communication line with our second brain, which is in our head. So when you go into something like I don't want to keep bringing up fasting, but I have to say that because it's what I'm familiar with. You know what I mean? But if you look at when people stop fasting, they'll be like, damn, yo, I had this craving to like eat these fries, or I had a craving to drink a soda, or even any kind of dieting you do. You'd be like, yeah, I was doing good, but then I started having these cravings. Like you didn't have any cravings. What happened was the bad bacteria in your stomach started to starve a little bit. Wait a minute. Where the hell's my cheesy fries?
Yep.
We always have cheesy fries at this time. Wait a minute. Where's my Apple Jacks? Donnie always eats Apple Jacks in the morning. You know what I mean? But no, you know what I mean? But it's like this. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Send a message upstairs. Let this motherfucker know that I want some Apple Jacks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wait, you're like this. You're like, oh shit, man, I'm kind of hungry. I could really go for some Apple Jacks. And now you're thinking, oh, Apple Jacks. And then before you know it, you're munching on some Apple Jacks. You think that you wanted Apple Jacks, but you didn't. It was the toxins that's living in your stomach that called for that. That's why people who eat healthy and are very healthy, they don't. If you said to them like, oh, if they came to your house in the morning and you was like, hey, listen, I'm about to eat some Apple Jacks. You want some? They'll be like, oh no, I don't want any. It's not because they're any different than you. It's just that they have different bacteria in their stomach that's sending different signals to their mind, telling them what it needs, what it wants, what it's requesting. You know what I mean? So when you get crazy cravings and all that type of stuff, what the number one thing you could separate is understanding that it's not you that's sending these messages. You know what I mean? It's something in you that's asking you to give them these things. As soon as you realize that, you can kind of laugh at it because you'll be like, holy shit, like I see it. Like, you know what I mean? So you'll be like, damn, I really want some fries. And then if you tell yourself like, yo, you don't want fries, your stomach's calling for fries, like something in you wants it. Believe it or not, you'll start arguing with yourself about it. But it's not you arguing with you. It's you arguing with whatever's sending that signal saying, hey, we want this right now. Yeah. Give it to us right. It's no different than someone who's on drugs. When they try to get clean, their mind, they'll say, oh, my mind was playing tricks on me. It was telling me like this. It was telling me that. But they don't say like I was playing tricks on myself. They say my mind was playing tricks on me.
Yeah,
it's two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're programming. Exactly. Ben said you're programming 100%. But yeah, man, we went in tonight. We went a little bit over, but they rocked with us. So I'd say let's wrap up with a final thought so we don't go too far over. You know what I mean? Donnie, you look confused and sad.
Yeah, no, I wanted to touch on something that you brought up in the message for tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it.
Did you want to bring up the program?
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I do want to bring it up, but let's not bring it up tonight. Only reason I say that is because I'm gonna talk to our boy D Brown. And see if we can actually get him on the show, and we'll have a whole episode about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I think that'll be powerful. Yeah, for sure.
All right. About next week, real quick, too.
Yeah.
Are we switching the time?
I would say. What do you guys think? Does this time work for you guys, or would 8 o'clock be better for anybody that's watching right now?
Yeah, but before we pass that, it's gonna work for you. No one that changes.
It will work for me.
Okay. All right.
It'll work for me.
Okay.
We'll make it work.
So that being said,
hell yeah, Anthony Moore. When am I coming to the show? When's he coming? Not Anthony Moore. Panama. When we gonna have Panama on the show, baby?
Let's go.
Game time. Work out the details with Donnie, man. Yeah, hell yeah. You gotta come to the show, man. For real. I would love to sit down with Panama and do a little one-on-one.
What do you think about stretching it next week? You got time for that?
If we start same time, yes.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we go to like 9?
To win?
9?
I don't want to commit on the spot. So we'll talk about it and we'll make that announcement.
As far as you can. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got you. All right, so next week is going to be a big show. It's going to get real in depth. Make sure
Big
you
show.
tell everybody about that show. It's probably the biggest podcast we've had so far.
Mm.
In fact, it's touching on the very first project me and you worked on.
Mm.
And that's
Oh yeah.
as far as I'm leaving it as.
Okay.
We're gonna get super in depth, and it might go past, it might not. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a change of scenery. It's gonna be a change of attitude. It's gonna be a little serious, and we'll try to crack some jokes in there too. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a huge episode that you guys are not going to want to miss. So 7:00 next Wednesday, make sure you guys are there ready to watch and comment and ask questions because it's going to be huge.
Hey, we're gonna tell the duct tape bra story.
We will tell it next week.
I'm
Yes.
down. I'm down to expose it.
I was actually going to show, I didn't realize how powerful this episode was going to go. I was actually going to show Running Scared real quick. It's only 7 minutes long. And I was going to break it down real quick, but I don't know if you got time for that right now. So we might leave that for another episode.
Yeah, I say let's leave it for another episode.
All right.
Only because the timing, I got something coming up. Like
that will be perfect next week at the very end, because I feel like that will wrap up the whole story, is where you came from to where you are now.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Because that video, even though it was very very not made for TV.
We'll explain it. We'll explain it.
Yeah. But yeah, it does embody the whole, I think, where the whole episode is going to end up.
Yeah.
I think it embodies the whole thing. So I'm excited.
I think it's
going
to be pretty powerful. So
sure.
I expect every single one of you guys there, and your friends and family.
Yep. Get your popcorn. It's going to be good.
Get your popcorn and your tissues.
Oh, you're going to make me cry? Come on, man.
Not you.
Okay.
I'll bring back the other guy.
Oh, snap. Yeah, maybe we could play some snippets. Snippiatos.
We could. I don't think we need to. I think we're gonna really go through it. So
yeah.
It's gonna be set up a little differently. But all right. So next week, powerful episode. This week, final thoughts. Man, Jay's got. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna plug you a little bit. I'm not, blowing smoke up your ass, but I think Jay's got a lot of knowledge. If you do have any questions, I'd hit him up. Obviously, Jay's a very busy person, so if you're looking for like one-on-one, you might have to set that up separately. But if you got any knowledge about it, I mean, I text Jay all the time about like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm doing, and I don't think I've ever got a response back like, dude, I don't know, man. Like he knows what he's talking about, and he's got a lot of people around him that's powerful, and I think a lot of people that he's met through his life change have helped him learn more. And I think that if he can't figure it out, he would definitely point in the same direction. And I think the most important thing with weight loss is find your comfort spot. Don't be uncomfortable doing it, because if you're uncomfortable, you're not going to stay doing it. And I think that's my biggest problem right now with my journey, is that I can't find my comfort zone. And I take the easy route out, and I see convenience over like results. So, if it's just not working for me that week, I take the easy route out. So I got a lot to work on myself. That's going to be my journey, and I will be happy to bring you guys along with that. And I will be happy to share my success story probably next year. Jay? All right. Good show.
Oh, no. I was like, yo, where Donnie's? All right. So listen, I can't hear you, but you can still hear me though.
It's okay.
All right. So with that being said, man, my final thought for tonight is pretty much the same thing that Donnie said. And it really just boils down to finding something that works for you. Is it going to require you to make some changes? Yes. You know what I mean? However, change is possible as long as we're being realistic with ourselves, and also realistic with our approach, and also have patience. Everybody wants the quick fix. How to lose 100 pounds in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Gain massive muscles overnight.
Take this vitamin for a year, and you will lose all the weight.
I can't hear you, but
it's okay.
The headphones died. Let me just take them off, because they're not even doing nothing. But yeah. So patience, persistence, and the most important thing you could figure out is why. Why do you want to lose weight? Whatever that is. You know what I mean? Obviously, if your why is strong and your why has urgency and real meaning attached to it, it's gonna allow you to stay focused and go the distance on your journey. You know, if you say, you know what, I want to have a six pack, that's not enough to get you there. You know what I mean? Like, everybody wants one, of course. Everybody. If you ask anybody, hey, you want a six pack? They're gonna be like, nah, man, I'm all set with a six pack. I don't want one. Everybody wants one. You know what I mean? But it's really about, why do you want it? You know what I mean? Do you want it just because everybody wants one, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, is there something attached to it? And if you can figure out your why, you know what I mean? If you're like, you know what, I need to lose weight and get in shape because I have kids, and I'm not going to leave this earth early because I couldn't get my eating in order and leave my kids to fend for themselves or to figure it out. I need to be around. You know what I mean? If you have a why that powerful, it'll allow you to make the changes necessary to get on a healthy path. It doesn't have to, you don't got to be like, I'm going to eat lettuce every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't got to be that. You know what I mean? It's just really about balance. You know what I mean? Maybe rather than eating a whole pizza and half breadsticks, maybe you have 2 slices. You know what I mean? That's fine. It's all about moderation. It's all about calories in, calories out. So just find the balance, but most importantly, figure out why you want to do it. Figure out why this is important to you. Why does it matter to you? And then also take into consideration who you are affecting now and who you are potentially affecting in the future with the choices you're making every time you sit in front of a plate. You know what I mean? Or every time you fill up a cup, or every time, you know, you skip out on maybe even just going for a walk around. You don't gotta go to the gym for 10 hours. Just when you come home from work, just go for a walk. 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk each day. You know what I mean? You before you go to bed, do 10 push-ups every day. Something small. Just keep your body active. But figure out why you need to get this done. Figure out who's affected by the choices you're making, and really hone in on what's important to you. That's all. With that being said, Donnie, I cannot hear you because my headphones died. But
I didn't say anything. You're good.